Welcome to this explainer. Imagine, if you will, the dirt beneath your very feet hiding a secret so incredibly massive it could rewrite absolutely everything we know about human history. Today, we're stepping into a true historical mystery. We're talking about a thrilling case of deception that literally captivated an entire nation. The story we're about to unravel, well, it is as bizarre as it is fascinating.
Picture this. It's 1869, in the quiet little town of Cardiff, New York. It started out as a completely ordinary day. You've got workers out in the fields, plunging their shovels into the earth, just digging a simple well. But suddenly, clang, metal strikes something hard beneath the dirt. Something unnaturally solid buried deep, deep in the ground. And as it kept digging, brushing away those thick layers of soil, what they actually found stopped them dead in their tracks.
Which brings us to part 1, the Cardiff Mystery.
10 feet. The workers stared down into that muddy pit, absolutely paralyzed with shock. Because this was not your ordinary human being staring back up from the dirt. No, this was a colossal human form, frozen in stone, seemingly perfectly preserved by the passage of unimaginable time. It completely dwarfed the men who found it. I mean, the shocking scale of this discovery was just completely mind-boggling to anyone who laid eyes on it.
So, are we looking at part 2, the era of giants?
Did giants walk the earth? That was the question on literally everyone's lips, dominating the headlines. Word of this massive stone titan didn't just stay quietly in the town of Cardiff, oh no, it exploded. News spread like wildfire across the entire country, igniting this massive public frenzy. And the public was in absolute awe. You have to remember, for centuries, ancient myths and old stories had whispered about giant beings roaming the land. And right here, looking at this 10-foot stone figure, people truly believed they had finally found the ultimate, undeniable proof. To them, the myths were suddenly, shockingly real. The sheer scale of the fallout from this was completely unprecedented. People rushed from all across the country. We're talking traveling by any means necessary, just abandoning their daily routines to get a glimpse of this marvel. And here's the crucial part. Thousands paid money to witness it. They eagerly, willingly handed over their hard-earned cash, lining up in absolute droves just to stand in the presence of this so-called ancient giant.
But here's where the twist comes in. Part 3, a massive deception.
See, the myth was that this eager public was looking at a petrified giant, right? Some biological marvel perfectly preserved by time. But the harsh reality? It was nothing more than a carved gypsum statue. Yep, it was literally just a block of stone chiseled into the shape of a man. Everything the public believed, the ancient titan, the definitive proof of these old myths, this earth-shattering scientific discovery, it was a complete, highly calculated lie. It wasn't a biological wonder at all, it was just a prop.
Which brings us face to face with our antagonist. Meet George Hull. He is the mastermind who engineered this entire 1869 hoax. Now, Hull wasn't some renowned archaeologist, and he certainly wasn't a mythic giant himself. He was just a highly calculated man with a very specific and, let's be honest, very greedy agenda. He saw an opportunity, and he absolutely took it.
Let's break down exactly how he did it in part 4, the master plan of deception.
Forensically speaking, this was basically the anatomy of a perfect scam. Step 1. Carve a giant statue from gypsum stone. Hull had to physically manufacture the fake evidence. But Step 2 is where the true criminal patience actually lies. He buried it underground for a full year. Just think about that for a second. He didn't just drop the statue in the dirt and immediately call up the local newspapers. No, he buried it and waited an entire year, just so the earth would settle around it, making the eventual unearthing look completely natural and undeniable. And finally, Step 3, discover it and fool the public for money. Those well-digging workers finding it, that wasn't some lucky coincidence. It was the final, carefully orchestrated act of a very long con.
Which leads us to our final section, part 5, the game of curiosity. Hull successfully exploited human curiosity for financial gain. You see, he knew something really fundamental about human nature. We deeply, desperately want to be amazed. We want those ancient myths to be true, and we crave that sense of wonder. So he actively weaponized the public's innocent curiosity, literally using their own imagination against them, purely to line his own pockets. To this day, it remains one of history's most famous and audacious examples of someone taking our own sense of wonder and turning it into a highly profitable trap.
So as we wrap up this explainer, we really have to ask ourselves a pretty uncomfortable question. Are we still easily deceived today? I mean, the Cardiff Giant was uncovered way back in 1869, but human psychology hasn't really changed, has it?
When we see something incredible online, something that promises to rewrite our reality or confirm our deepest beliefs, do we actually stop to question the source? Or do we just eagerly line up, pay the price of admission, and buy right into the illusion? Think about that the next time you encounter a story that seems just a little too incredible to be true.